Because she bullied the neighbor boy in the past, when she grew up and met him again, the girl was plotted to take revenge by the boy. But she did not expect that this was a fateful encounter. That girl's name is Tang Shui, our female lead. At the beginning of the film, Tang Shui was participating in a short-distance skating race. With her extremely good speed, she successfully took the lead. The match only needed to race 4 laps, so the race ended very quickly. The winner was none other than Tang Shui. She was happy because she received the gold medal. Suddenly, she was patted on the mouth and woke up. It turned out to be a dream. She was riding the bus to university with her friend Liao Zhenyu. In another development at the hockey arena, Liu Bing was playing extremely fiercely. Liu Bing was a hockey player with extremely good results and always led the team, playing in the center position. The score between the two teams was 4-all, and with only 5 seconds left, Liu Bing made the final shot to bring the score to 5-4. Liu Bing's team won, to the cheers of all the spectators. The boss and assistant sitting in the stands also praised Liu Bing for his great progress. The boss and assistant also planned to recruit an assistant for Liu Bing. Tang Shui and Liao Zhenyu had just arrived at school when they saw the manager handing out recruitment papers for the school's skating club. Tang Shui had already signed up. At night, because the school's bathroom had a broken light bulb, Tang Shui mistakenly went into the men's bathroom. While she was taking a shower, Liu Bing happened to be taking a shower in the next room. Tang Shui was shocked and speechless when she heard the boy's voice asking to borrow shampoo. Tang Shui saw that the other party kept asking to borrow it. She was so embarrassed that she lent him the shampoo. She quickly put on her shirt and slipped out first. Liu Bing returned the shampoo, but no one took it. He opened the door and looked, but no one was there. When he was about to leave, Liu Bing picked up Tang Shui's student ID card. It seemed that this was someone Liu Bing knew. When they arrived at the club, the manager called Liu Bing in to look at profiles of the pretty girls who had registered to choose an assistant. Liu Bing was feeling uninterested, but suddenly he saw the familiar name Tang Shui, so he decided to choose Tang Shui as his assistant. Tang Shui had just finished school when she received a congratulatory message for joining the club, which made her very happy. Tang Shui arrived, and after a while of consultation and questioning, she signed the contract. She was led to Liu Bing. When Tang Shui met him, Liu Bing acted like a cold boy. Tang Shui immediately recognized him as the childhood friend she always bullied. Tang Shui saw this and immediately rushed to acknowledge him. Liu Bing pretended for a long time before recognizing Tang Shui. Tang Shui sat down and reminisced about past as if she were at home, but Liu Bing's expression seemed a little bitter. Liu Bing said that whatever he wanted Tang Shui to do in the future, Tang Shui had to do it. It turned out that Liu Bing wanted to choose Tang Shui as his assistant to get revenge for the days Tang Shui bullied him in the past. When Liu Bing returned to his bedroom, he dreamed about the days he was bullied. Holding Tang Shui's card, he said that he would let Tang Shui know who he was in the future. The next day, Liu Bing went to the training ground to introduce Tang Shui to everyone and told Tang Shui to clean the training equipment from now on. Tang Shui was stunned when she heard that. Liu Bing told her to go buy food and be there within 15 minutes. After Tang Shui got the food, she ran back to her room like the wind and even had to pick up some things that Liu Bing couldn't eat for him. He also asked her to carry a bunch of boxes to the training ground. Recalling the days when Tang Shui bullied him, Liu Bing was very happy. Tang Shui sat at the training ground waiting for the team to finish so she could go skating for free. She sat there for so long that she kept yawning and then fell asleep. By the time Liu Bing woke her up, the training ground was about to close and her face was also graffitied on. Liu Bing deliberately let Tang Shui walk so that everyone could admire her beautiful appearance. When Tang Shui returned to her dorm room, her friend laughed and spit water when she saw her. Tang Shui went to look in the mirror and saw that layout. She was so angry that she shouted Liu Bing's name. The next day, Tang Shui was so angry that she went straight to Liu Bing's place and signed his head and demanded to quit. Liu Bing said that the penalty for breach of contract was 100,000 yuan. Tang Shui was stunned. Now she couldn't quit or continue working. Sitting down to eat with Xia Menghuan and Liao Zhenyu, Tang Shui thought of a way to sneak into the manager's office to get the contract and tear it up. When she got there, she told Xia Menghuan and Liao Zhenyu to stay outside and watch, but because of her nosy nature, Xia Menghuan and Liao Zhenyu went out to watch Liu Bing's match. With great difficulty, Tang Shui escaped from the manager and the team had just finished playing. Tang Shui hurriedly hid in the locker. Unfortunately, it was Liu Bing's locker, but Liu Bing didn't expose her. When everyone left, Liu Bing looked closely and saw Tang Shui was holding the contract. He snatched it back and told her to work seriously. The next day, Liu Bing called Tang Shui to the library. While doing the exercises, he said that there was a gift in the room 2,190 meters away. Then he looked sorry for Tang Shui. Tang Shui thought it was real and ran there to look for it. She found the gift box. Inside were the underwear she dropped, as well as her student ID and a bottle of shampoo. you. Tang Shui returned to the library and pressed Li Yubing down, telling him not to tell anyone that he and she had been in the same bathroom. Next to her was a friend who kept taking pictures. As soon as Tang Shui got home, her friend showed it to Tang Shui. In Li Yubing's fan group, there were pictures of Tang Shui and Li Yubing in the library, and there were also many people who criticized Tang Shui for being so dark, but Li Yubing didn't care. Tang Shui was so angry that she used her friend's nickname and said that Li Yubing was her childhood friend. Li Yubing wanted to pursue her. She couldn't refuse, and even asked her to bring breakfast. Whoever offered the highest price, Tang Shui would give up the job of bringing breakfast, so they all rushed in to accept, naturally earning some money. The next morning, after finishing jogging, Li Yubing called Tang Shui to urge her to bring him breakfast. Tang Shui was still sleeping with her butt up, not paying any attention. A while later, a friend came to deliver food, saying that Tang Shui had something to do and asked her to deliver it. Zhou Ran, who was standing next to her, suddenly heard Li Yubing mention Tang Shui, so she went to find Tang Shui. Turned out that Tang Shui and Zhou Ran were cousins. Zhou Ran asked Tang Shui to help Zhou Ran get close to Li Yubing. After they became close, she would help Tang Shui speak well of her in front of Li Yubing. It seemed that they didn't like each other, so after a few words, Tang Shui took the box of things she sent and left first. The next day, Zhou Ran came to coquettishly deliver breakfast to Li Yubing, asking Tang Shui to deliver it for her. Later, Li Yubing also received a text message from his friend. He said that Zhou Ran had hired Tang Shui to deliver food to Li Yubing for a whole month. Tang Shui was grumbling about having to carry Li Yubing's bag when Tang Shui walked into the training ground and saw the friend Yu Yan she met at the cafeteria the other day. He was gliding on the field very skillfully. Yu Yan saw Tang Shui at then surprisingly. Just then, Li Yubing's whole team came in, but Yu Yan's practice time was not over yet. After the argument, Li Yubing's team criticized Yu Yan for not being able to act well, so the two managers let Li Yubing's hockey team compete in a technical competition with Yu Yan. Li Yubing kept doing the techniques that Yu Yan suggested. Li Yubing also received praise from the manager of the figure skating team, but when it came to the technique of spinning over 2 times, Li Yubing couldn't do it. Tang Shui was very happy to see Li Yubing fall on the outside. She sat and talked to Yu Yan, but Li Yubing kept interrupting and even asked Tang Shui to open a bottle of water for him. She was so angry that she opened the bottle of water and pressed it straight into Li Yubing's mouth. Li Yubing was almost sent to heaven by Tang Shui. After that, Tang Shui invited Yu Yan to come to her house to eat with her. She sat down to pick up food for Yu Yan, but he said he couldn't eat such things, so Tang Shui took it back. Li Yubing looked from afar, thinking that Tang Shui was bullying Yu Yan like he did before. He went to scold Tang Shui and even told Yu Yan to stay away from Tang Shui. Luckily, his friend came to drag him away, otherwise they would have fought. Tang Shui sat down, furious. Tang Shui couldn't sleep when she went back to her room and thought about the image of Yu Yan skating with Li Yubing. She carried her skates to the rink and skated a lap, then lay down and thought about the years when she was still pursuing skating. Li Yubing went to the rink to get her forgotten bag and saw Tang Shui, but didn't say anything. Xiao Menghuan and Liao Zhenyu had to learn to roller skate first because they wanted to join the same club as Tang Shui. Sitting on the rink, Xiao Menghuan and Liao Zhenyu told each other why they were friends with Tang Shui. Back in high school, Liao Zhenyu once got into an argument with 2 rude guys in class and almost got beaten up. Tang Shui grabbed the other guy's jaw to defend Liao Zhenyu. She also went home and introduced Liao Zhenyu to her mother, who was a doctor, helping Liao Zhenyu cure her stuttering. Xia Mengwan was in the military zone before, but because she was missing a belt, she was almost discovered by the teacher. Luckily, Tang Shui helped her in time, but Tang Shui was punished by the teacher to jump until her legs were weak. Xia Menghuan and Liao Zhenyu became good friends with Tang Shui after being helped by Tang Shui, but still did not understand why Tang Shui was hated by Li Yubing so much. Tang Shui was buying water at the school cafeteria when she met Yu Yan. He could not pay for the bottle of water, so Tang Shui paid for Yu Yan to drink. While walking on the basketball court together, a ball flew towards Tang Shui. Yu Yan blocked it with her hand, and the Nokia phone flew away. After thinking for a while, Tang Shui pulled Yu Yan back to get her spare phone, then told Yu Yan to take it and use it to make online payments. Who still uses old-fashioned phones these days? Yu Yan was very happy to see that Tang Shui was so good. At the roller skating rink, Xiao Mengwan and Liao Zhenyu were teasing each other. Suddenly, Xiao Mengwan was teased by 2 guys. Liao Zhenyu saw this and rushed over, but rushed over too fast and couldn't brake in time, so he fell headfirst. Seeing Liao Zhenyu in the roller skating club, those 2 guys challenged him, saying that if they won, they would apologize to Xiao Mengwan properly. When Xiao Mengwan returned to his room, he screamed loudly, thinking that he was sure to lose, but Tang Shui told him to rest assured. The next morning, everyone came like ants to watch the competition. Club wanted to ask Yu Yan to compete for them, but Tang Shui said she would compete. It was a speed competition, so it was easy to tell who won and who lost. The other guy said that whoever lost would have to run 10 laps naked. Tang Shui agreed. The two of them entered the starting line. The signal sounded, and the other guy ran like crazy, always ahead of Tang Shui. Everyone looked and thought that they would definitely lose. Tang Shui thought about the teachings of her teacher when she was skating, so when they were near the finish line, Tang Shui took the lead and won. The other people were immediately scared. Everyone ran out to congratulate them. The other two wanted to run away, but were caught and asked to strip and run. Seeing that it was too much pressure, they wanted to strip, but Tang Shui said that she would stop bullying the kids and let them go. After the group won, they held a celebration, and Li Yubing was also invited. When they arrived, they saw Tang Shui and Yu Yan sitting together. Li Yubing thought that Tang Shui wanted to bully Yu Yan like he did in the past, so he rushed in and sat in the middle, then forced Tang Shui to peel shrimp for him. Tang Shui saw that Li Yubing seemed to be teasing her, so he called her out to argue, saying that Tang Shui's patience had a limit and shouldn't challenge her. Li Yubing said that peeling a shrimp would get him 100 yuan, so Tang Shu agreed. When they sat at the table, Tang Shui peeled shrimp and stuffed them into Li Yubing's mouth, making Li Yubing unable to swallow. Then Tang Shui reached out and asked for 7,000 yuan, but she didn't have any money, so Tang Shu said that she would write it on credit. After that, everyone played games. Yu Yan and Tang Shui were drunk. Tang Shui even wanted to take Yu Yan home. When they got to the middle of the road, they encountered a speed bump, causing Yu Yan to fly to the side of the road. Tang Shui fell down and lay still. Li Yubing and his friend, who was following behind, saw this and had to split up to carry Tang Shui and Yu Yan home. As soon as his friend carried Yu Yan to the door, Yu Yan threw up all over him, so his friend went into the bathroom to take a shower. When they got out, Yu Yan woke up and thought someone had broken in. He kept calling his friend. Tang Shui on the other side threw up all over the clothes rack. Li Yubing also had to do the laundry for him. After the competition the day before, Tang Shui became famous throughout the school. She even called Tang Shui to confess her love. Xia Mengwen said she wanted Tang Shui to teach her how to skate. So the next day, Tang Shui took Xia Mengwen and Liao Zhenyu to the rink. Seeing Tang Shui's skating skills, Xia Mengwen and Liao Zhenyu praised her. Suddenly, someone flew past Tang Shui. Tang Shui couldn't catch up. Later, people outside told her that the person was Zhang Yewei, the captain of the short track speed skating team. She advised Tang Shui not to take it to heart even if she lost, as an amateur was fine. After all, Tang Shui had been skating for 8 years. She was told that she was an amateur, but she still took it to heart. So Tang Shui left first, sitting and listening to Xia Mengwen and Liao Zhenyu talking about what had happened earlier. Tang Shui left first to the ice rink. She skated and timed herself, but her results were still not excellent. Tang Shui sat and thought back to the time when she was still competing. Her speed was extremely amazing, being cheered by everyone, but she felt extremely uncomfortable in her heart. The next morning, Tang Shui was sleeping when Li Yubing woke her up and said that she would go to the training ground with him. When she got there, she thought that Li Yubing was trying to tease her again, so Tang Shui was very upset. But because she still had a contract, she had to listen to Li Yubing's arrangement. Tang Shui said that she would try her best for a month to wait for the time to get rid of Li Yubing, so she practiced with Li Yubing every day until she was almost out of breath. Finally, the 1-month deadline came. Tang Shui happily and smugly told Li Yubing that it was time for Tang Shui to quit her job. When she entered the manager's office, she confidently declared her salary. The total salary and shrimp peeling fee was 9,400 yuan. Tang Shui showed him her phone to scan the code, but the manager told Tang Shui that she had to pay 50,000 yuan for selling Li Yubing's personal information, which left Tang Shui dumbfounded. Tang Shui then went to find Li Yubing in a rage and scolded him, but Li Yubing calmly chased Tang Shui out to change his clothes. Tang Shui called home to ask her father for 40,000 to pay for the contract. Her father thought Tang Shui was going to have an abortion, so he said he would buy a ticket to Tang Shui's place as soon as possible and then comforted her. Seeing that things were going in a different direction, Tang Shui said she wouldn't ask anymore and hung up the phone. While she was cleaning the hockey team's helmets, Yu Yan came to see Tang Shui and said that the next day was Yu Yan's birthday and she wanted to celebrate it with Tang Shui. Tang Shui happily agreed. Seeing that she was about to be late for class, Tang Shui was about to leave but was stopped by Li Yubing. Remembering when she was a kid and wrestled with Li Yubing, Tang Shui wanted to use her old trick again, but Li Yubing figured it out and grabbed Tang Shui's head tightly. The manager, who came and looked from afar, thought that Li Yubing was forcing a kiss on someone else's daughter and was shocked. Remembering the last time Yu Yan said he had never been to an aquarium, the next day Tang Shui decided to take Yu Yan there to play, and even bought ice cream for Yu Yan. Seeing that Yu Yan said this was the first time he had eaten ice cream, Tang Shui thought that Yu Yan's family was so poor that he couldn't even afford ice cream. When they entered the whale show area, Tang Shui advised Yu Yan not to worry because the school had money to support poor students. Yu Yan was about to say that he was a real rich kid when Yu Yan was stopped by Tang Shui. After a while of asking about Tang Shui and Li Yubing, Tang Shui said that he had to pay 40,000 yuan. Yu Yan asked if he needed it, he would lend it to him. Tang Shui was dumbfounded. Even though he was poor, he was still able to say that he was truly a good person. When they entered the aquarium, Tang Shui even brought a birthday cake to congratulate Yu Yan, making Yu Yan very happy. Suddenly, when he received a call from Li Yubing, Tang Shui was already unhappy. Li Yubing said that he had to get something important, so he had to be there in 15 minutes. Although Tang Shui was upset, she still told Yu Yan that she had something to do and left first. She hurriedly ran to get her things, but it was raining heavily. Tang Shui braved the rain and ran into Li Yubing's practice room. Standing on the floor, she saw Tang Shui. Li Yubing suddenly felt sorry for her. After a mental struggle with herself, she remembered the days when Tang Shui and Li Yubing were young. She suddenly felt that she had gone too far, so Li Yubing took an umbrella and ran downstairs. Just then, Yu Yan arrived and held the umbrella for Tang Shui. Tang Shui was very angry and kicked the door open, calling Li Yubing out. She said that even if she had to sell her blood, she would pay Li Yubing enough money. Then she resolutely left with Yu Yan. The next morning, Li Yubing called Tang Shui. Xia Mengwen picked up the phone and scolded her, saying that because of Li Yubing, Tang Shui had a fever all night, and that today there was a class with that strict teacher. If she missed another class, Tang Shui would not be able to take the exam. When she entered the classroom, the teacher told her to take attendance for 10 people, but unfortunately, the last person was Tang Shui. But Xia Mengwen saw that someone was taking attendance for her and turned around, and it was Li Yubing. Tang Shui was called out by Yu Yan and given 40,000 yuan and told to take it back to Li Yubing and not be Li Yubing's assistant anymore. Seeing that a poor student suddenly had money, Tang Shui thought Yu Yan was selling blood or doing something illegal. Yu Yan said it was just a bonus and also said that he was not a poor student but a rich kid, but he was just being modest. After a while of pushing and shoving, he refused to accept it. Then Yu Yan asked if he wanted to owe him money or Li Yubing, so Tang Shui took the money and ran straight to the changing room. He paid Li Yubing and said that from now on there would be no relationship. Li Yubing took the money back and said he didn't need it, but Tang Shui coldly left. She was happy that she had gotten rid of Li Yubing, but Xia Mengwen said that there was a welcome party for new students tonight. She was thinking of not going, but she heard that there was a lot of food there, so Tang Shui agreed. Li Yubing was being begged by the fat guy to go with him to help him get acquainted with girls. As soon as he arrived at the party, Tang Shui threw herself into eating without paying attention to anyone. She suddenly met his cousin Zhou Ran. After a few sentences, Tang Shui was about to leave, but Zhou Ran pulled him back, causing his skirt to burst open, and she screamed, causing everyone to gather around to look, making Tang Shui not know where to hide her face. Luckily, Li Yubing went over and covered Tang Shui with his shirt. On the way back, Li Yubing thought back to that scene, feeling that he was being a bit pretentious, and said that maybe he liked Tang Shui. Thinking about it, Li Yubing suddenly felt scared and didn't dare to think further. The next day, Xia Mengwen and Tang Shui returned to the dormitory door and saw Li Yubing standing there, saying he wanted to talk to Tang Shui privately. Li Yubing gave Tang Shui a contract cancellation form and told her to sign it, officially quitting her job. She would no longer be an assistant, and also gave her a card to return the 50,000 yuan that Tang Shui paid as a contract penalty. Seeing this, Tang Shui didn't know why he was so nice today. Li Yubing also gave Tang Shui a ticket to a hockey match, hoping that Tang Shui would come cheer for his team. As the match progressed, the opposing team used the tactic of using their strength to overwhelm. So in the first match, Li Yubing's team was overwhelmed and did not win. Li Yubing had not seen Tang Shui yet, so it seemed that his fighting spirit was a bit shaken. In the second match, he saw Tang Shui in the stands. The match was extremely tense. The opposing team continuously attacked directly, sending Li Yubing's team members flying out. There were only a few seconds left in the match when Li Yubing was leading the ball when an opponent rushed towards him, but with a top-notch turn, Li Yubing avoided the collision. Another person rushed towards him to attack. In a split second, Li Yubing decided to hit the ball from afar, but luckily the goalkeeper missed the block. The ball went through his crotch and into the net. The bell rang. The match finally ended and Li Yubing's team won. Li Yubing also did not forget to look up at the stands to celebrate with Tang Shui. While she was in high spirits, Tang Shui met Biancheng's eyes, so she hurriedly ran away first. Seeing that she had forgotten her cap, Biancheng was about to get it again, but Li Yubing quickly picked it up first. When she entered the club office, Li Yubing was arranged to talk to several examiners in the department, including Biancheng. The manager sitting next to her said that this examination was very important, so she should answer carefully. Meanwhile, Li Yubing's mind kept thinking about what the relationship between Biancheng and Tang Shui was, why Biancheng wanted to get Tang Shui's cap, so she kept answering randomly, making the manager sweat and had to speak up for her. Li Yubing came to find Tang Shui sitting alone on the ice rink, Li Yubing also learned that Tang Shui had a secret crush on Bian Cheng before. She was always happy to see the person she liked. Then one day, Tang Shui gave Bian Cheng a gift with a confession message, but Bian Cheng texted her back and rejected her. It was right before Tang Shui started her figure skating qualifying round, so Tang Shui's mentality was unstable. Not long after the competition started, Tang Shui fell off the ice rink. The fall accidentally pulled a fellow competitor down with her. Unfortunately, the other competitor's shoe was stuck straight into Tang Shui's thigh. A lot of blood flowed out, causing Tang Shui to be hospitalized. She couldn't compete and had to undergo rehabilitation. From then on, Tang Shui was psychologically traumatized and never returned to training again. Li Yubing was still thinking about hugging Tang Shui to comfort her when suddenly the lights went out, causing both Tang Shui and Li Yubing to realize that it was already late. The two of them got up and left. Lying on the bed, Li Yubing thought about what Tang Shui said and Tang Shui's desire to skate again. Li Yubing couldn't sleep. The next morning, after school, Tang Shui received a call from team manager Li Yubing saying that he wanted Tang Shui to come to the training ground for a trip. Thinking that he wanted to recruit an assistant, Tang Shui said that her contract was up. The manager said that the coach of the short track speed skating team wanted to meet. If she agreed, Tang Shui could join the skating team. Tang Shui was very happy when she heard this and ran to meet coach. After a while, the female coach told Tang Shui about her achievements in the past 8 years of skating, saying that she would test her current level and decide whether Tang Shui could join the team or not. Tang Shui still didn't believe it was true. When she entered the training ground, the coach said that he would time Tang Shui and give her a chance. At first, she ran very well, but suddenly missed a beat, so Tang Shui flew to the side of the ground. She quickly ran to tell the coach that she could do it again, but the female coach said that because Tang Shui hadn't practiced for a long time, her level had declined, and her muscles weren't flexible. It would be difficult for her to progress to a professional level in a short period of time. If the team needed her, they would contact Tang Shui. Later, seeing that Tang Shui seemed sad, Li Yubing invited her to go sing karaoke to relieve stress. When they got there, Tang Shui screamed with all her might. Li Yubing tried to run away to go to the bathroom, but Tang Shui still pulled him back to sing a few songs for him to enjoy. After returning today, the relationship between Tang Shui and Li Yubing seemed much better than before. Bian Cheng made an appointment to meet Zhou Ran because he wanted to ask about Tang Shui's situation. Bian Cheng also told Zhou Ran that he had liked Tang Shui in the past, but at that time he only wanted to focus on his college entrance exams, so he texted her to reject her. As soon as he sent the message, Liao Zhenyu told Bian Cheng that Tang Shui had an important competition. The next day, he received news that Tang Shui was seriously injured and could no longer compete in figure skating. Bian Cheng admitted that it was his fault. In order to get closer to Li Yubing, Zhou Ran said that he would help Bian Cheng pursue Tang Shui again from the beginning. The scene changed to evening. While they were eating snacks and chatting, Tang Shui received a call from the coach saying to come and register the next day, which surprised Tang Shui greatly. When she arrived, the coach also gave Tang Shui a new pair of skates, which made Tang Shui very excited. The coach said that as long as Tang Shui could surpass the speed of the slowest member of the team within a month, Tang Shui would be kept. The coach then took Tang Shui to meet the members, but everyone seemed to not believe in Tang Shui's ability. Not only that, but the team captain Zhang Yewei also showed an uncomfortable attitude towards Tang Shui. In the office, the coach questioned the team's teacher, Li Yubing, why Li Yubing was so interested in Tang Shui. It was because Li Yubing and the manager asked for it that the coach let Tang Shui join the team. If she didn't reach professional level, Tang Shui would be eliminated immediately. Then, Zhang Yewei went to ask the coach, did he really want Tang Shui to join the team, and said that with that level of ability, it would hinder the team. But the coach said that it had already been decided, and also said that as a team leader, you have to trust your teammates and not doubt them. While they were happy that they were about to join the team, Tang Shui and Xia Mengwen saw Bian Cheng standing in front of the classroom door. Bian Cheng talked about the past incident and asked Tang Shui to give him a chance, but Tang Shui said that it was a long time ago and it was not Bian Cheng's fault. Then she went to class, and when she returned to her room at night, Tang Shui kept thinking about what Bian Cheng said, but Tang Shui didn't want the past incident to happen again, so now she just wanted to focus on training. The first day of practice started, and Tang Shui's screams were heard. Zhang Yewei was helping Tang Shui stretch, and after a while, they switched roles. Tang Shui took the opportunity to take revenge and pulled Zhang Yewei so that she couldn't make a sound. Li Yubing went to the practice room and saw Tang Shui happily cleaning up. Tang Shui said that doing what you like really improves your mood. Tang Shui's idol Wu Dajing was about to go to school, so she wanted to ask Li Yubing to get tickets. Seeing that she seemed passionate, Li Yubing agreed. When she went out, Li Yubing met Zhang Yuewei and said that she had something to say, which sounded mysterious. Zhang Yuewei thought that Li Yubing was going to confess his feelings, but Li Yubing said that he hoped Zhang Yuewei would take care of Tang Yue, which made Zhang Yuewei immediately stop smiling. She was so angry that she said that if she wanted to go up, she had to rely on her own strength. Zhang Yuewei was not biased towards anyone. As soon as Li Yubing entered the manager's office, he was informed that Li Yubing was accepted into the national team. Li Yubing was very happy, but did not forget to ask Wu Dajing for a ticket. The manager said that the last 2 tickets had been taken by Yu Yan. Yu Yan took the 2 tickets and put them on the bookshelf. As soon as he turned to leave, the bookshelf collapsed. Yu Yan went to call the repairman and saw that Tang Shui had finished fixing them. While packing, Tang Shu discovered that Yu Yan had taken his trophy and exchanged it for 40,000 yuan for Tang Shui. Seeing this, Tang Shui gave the card to Yu Yan and told Yu Yan to go get the trophy. He also said that he didn't have to pay for the contract anymore. Li Yubing waited for a long time before seeing Tang Shui come back at night. He didn't expect to see Tang Shui with Yu Yan. He also learned that Tang Shui and Yu Yan had made an appointment to go see their idols together. So Li Yubing quietly took the tickets and went home. As soon as class was over, Tang Shui planned to go to Wu Dajing's speech, but was stopped by the teacher for talking because she was late for class too many times. Therefore, Tang Shui was late for the speech. After waiting for a long time, Tang Shui did not appear, and Li Yubing even squeezed into Tang Shui and Yu Yan's seat, making Yu Yan very angry and calling Li Yubing out to talk. After a while, Tang Shui arrived, but Yu Yan was nowhere to be seen. Li Yubing and Yu Yan pulled out to talk fiercely. Yu Yan admitted that he liked Tang Shui and would not give in. Li Yubing was about to leave when Yu Yan pressed him against the board. Both Li Yubing and Yu Yan did not expect it to fall, so they fell face to face. Everyone below looked up and thought Li Yubing and Yu Yan were kissing. After talking to her senior, Tang Shui practiced in the training ground until evening. Tang Shui practiced very seriously, but her results were still not up to standard. Yu Yan came over and said he wanted to see Tang Shui practice, saying that Tang Shui seemed a bit nervous, so he went into the field to help Tang Shui relax her body and mind. Tang Shui and Yu Yan were chilling together. Suddenly Li Yubing also came looking for them, thinking that Yu Yan was being affectionate with Tang Shui. So Li Yubing told the coach to look for them, so Yu Yan went first. Sitting and talking, Li Yubing said that he had to leave for the national team training the next day. Tang Shui also said that he would come to see Li Yubing off. This made Li Yubing smile happily. He was about to run after Tang Shui, but forgot that he wasn't wearing shoes, so he pulled Tang Shui down with him. Li Yubing's hand touched Tang Shui's chest. Tang Shui and Li Yubing's lips also touched. When they regained their composure and pushed each other away, Li Yubing was still crying and running away, saying that he had lost his first kiss. The next day, Li Yubing left for training. Tang Shui came to see him off, but he was still shy. Tang Shui and Li Yubing couldn't finish a sentence. Every time they looked at each other, they felt embarrassed. Li Yubing had just arrived at the training site and had not done anything when he was punished by the teacher to run 5 laps. He also noticed a friend named Song Anji, who seemed to be outstanding. He had also been personally trained by the teacher in previous years. Then, the teacher said that they would choose the team captain based on the match. The match went by quite quickly. Li Yubing's team was the winning team, but the coach still chose Song Anji as the team captain. Li Yubing wondered why, but the teacher just gave him the evaluation form and told him to go home and think about it. Just after returning from practice, Tang Shi saw Yu Yan standing outside waiting. Yu Yan said that the next day she wanted to go to the movies and invited Tang Shu to go with her. Tang Shu and Yu Yan made an appointment at the cinema. While watching the movie, Tang Shu fell asleep. Yu Yan could only stare blankly and not say anything. Suddenly, there was a kissing scene in the movie, which made Tang Shui think about the day she and Li Yubing kissed, so she woke up. Afterwards, Tang Shui and Yu Yan even went out to play fetch with teddy bears. They brought back a lot of teddy bears. Li Yubing had not been in the mood to practice since the last time the teacher said that. He was about to call Tang Shui to ask, but he heard that Tang Shui was with Yu Yan. Li Yubing was even more depressed and turned off his phone. As soon as he returned to the club, Yu Yan was called in by the coach to talk. He questioned Yu Yan and Tang Shui about their relationship, whether they were in love or not. He also said that Yu Yan's mother had placed all her trust in Yu Yan, so don't let her down. Hearing that, Yu Yan said that she was still practicing hard. The next day, Yu Yan continued to invite Tang Shui to eat. When they arrived at Tang Shui's restaurant, he borrowed the TV remote and said that they had to watch an important match. When he heard that it was Li Yubing's match, Yu Yan seemed unhappy. After receiving Tang Shui's encouragement, Li Yubing felt more at ease. Yu Yan asked where Li Li Yubing was standing. Tang Shui pointed and said that she recognized Li Yubing because Li Yubing always had a dog in her eyes and Tang Shui's eyes. The match was played in front of everyone at home, but because he placed too much emphasis on personal skills and did not pass the ball to his teammates, Li Yubing was caught in the decisive shot. Li Yubing's team lost to the Korean team. Li Yubing's spirit was extremely low at this time. The next day, the coach also called Li Yubing to talk to him. He said that Li Yubing refused to cooperate with his teammates. That alone was not enough to qualify for the national team. He hoped that Li Yubing would change in the next matches. Seeing that in the last match, Yubing's performance was unstable, so the teacher ran from school to Li Yubing to talk. The teacher said that the problem was that Li Yubing did not trust his teammates and analyzed the characteristics of each team member to help Li Yubing easily coordinate with everyone. Seeing that the teacher was working hard for him, Li Yubing also patiently sat and listened attentively. The teacher also helped Tang Shui and Zhang Yewei give things to Li Yubing. When he opened Tang Shui's card, Li Yubing saw a photo of Tang Shui and Li Yubing together when they were children. Immediately after, Li Yubing received a call from Tang Shui. Tang Shui and Li Yubing talked happily, and Li Yubing's spirit also became comfortable. Before the match, Li Yubing had a talk with Song Anjie. Li Yubing realized that problem was in himself and said that he would try to change. The match continued with the Korean team. The match was quickly tied at 4-all. There were only a few seconds left, and Li Yubing was the one leading the ball towards the opponent. This time, Li Yubing did not show off, passed the ball to Song Anjie, who successfully scored a goal. The Chinese team won. The teacher at home and Tang Shui at home were very happy. It seemed that the teacher's advice had worked. After this match, the brotherhood of the team towards Li Yubing also improved. Before returning, Li Yubing also bought a necklace to give to Tang Shui. As soon as he got off the training ground, he was greeted by Zhang Yewei and Zhang Shijia. Li Yubing accidentally dropped the necklace box outside and was picked up by Zhang Yewei. While smiling, he thought it was a gift for himself, but Li Yubing told Zhang Shijia that this was not a gift for a friend, making Zhang Yewei visibly disappointed. With Tang Shui's melodious voice like a lark with a sore throat, Tang Shui decided to participate in the singing competition to gain more practice points, and Yu Yan danced as backup. With Liao Zhenyu's intelligence, Li Yubing also came to find her. Seeing that Yu Yan and Tang Shui were always sticking together, Li Yubing said that he would join Tang Shui in the singing competition. Zhou Ran also participated in the singing competition this time. While standing and watching Zhou Ran practice, Tang Shui was discovered. Zhou Ran went out to tease her, but Tang Shui said that it was lucky that her team had Yu Yan and Li Yubing to carry the team. Zhou Ran was furious because she couldn't invite Li Yubing, so with her cunning, Zhou Ran invited the best dancer in the school to help. In the practice room, listening to Tang Shui's God-given voice, Li Yubing couldn't keep up with the rhythm while playing the piano. Soon, performance arrived. Every performance made people captivated. Zhou Ran sat in the wings and teased Tang Shui to be careful not to sing out of tune. Liao Zhenyu and Xia Mengwen sat below and prepared cotton to put in her ears. When Zhou Ran was about to perform, the other seniors still didn't show up, so she had to dance alone. Looking at Zhou Ran confidently, then Liao Zhenyu and Xia Mengwen said that Tang Shui had no hope at this stage. Tang Shui's performance was ranked last. As soon as the sound of the zither sounded, Tang Shui started singing. It was thought that it wouldn't be good, but it was surprisingly good. The audience and the judges chilled along with Tang Shui's singing. Liao Zhenyu and Xia Mengwen also took out the cotton buds in their ears to enjoy the music. When the performance ended, everyone stood up and cheered. That same night, Tang Shui had a high school reunion, and Bian Cheng and Zhou Ran also came. At the dining table, Zhou Ran tried her best to pair Tang Shui with Bian Cheng, which made Tang Shui extremely uncomfortable. Liao Zhenyu sat and updated Li Yubing on the situation. When leaving, Xia Menghuan called Liao Zhenyu, so Liao Zhenyu left first. At that moment, Bian Cheng said he would take Tang Shui home. Feeling awkward because Bian Cheng was so enthusiastic, Li Yubing came by on his bike to pick Tang Shui up. Luckily, Li Yubing helped her in time, so she got on her bike and left. The next day, Tang Shui went to the skating rink to test again to see if she could stay on the team, and after much practice, Tang Shui finally passed the last person on the team. She was kept on the team by the coach. Li Yubing was sitting and talking to Liao Zhenyu, saying that he didn't enter the same high school as Tang Shui because he wanted to avoid Tang Shui, and now that he said it, he would be hated, so Li Yubing decided to make Tang Shui like him before saying it. Liao Zhenyu was very enthusiastic in supporting Yu Yan after receiving a bribe of a pair of shoes. Yu Yan was about to have a very important competition, so the coach reminded Yu Yan to focus and not let other factors affect her. As soon as she reached the door, Yu Yan saw her mother coming, and after a few sentences, Yu Yan left first. The coach also said that Yu Yan seemed a bit distracted recently and told her to go to the school forum to see when she had time. That night, when she went in to sea, she saw her son staring at Tang Shui. So the next day she went to find Tang Shui to talk. Seeing that she misunderstood her and Yu Yan and spoke with a very unpleasant attitude, Tang Shui told her to go home and ask her beloved son clearly before going to find someone to talk. After speaking, Tang Shui stood up and left first. Li Yubing was always thinking about how to make Tang Shui like him. Liao Zhenyu called Li Yubing to tell him that Tang Shui had won the singing competition, so she took this opportunity to organize an outing to create a chance for Tang Shui and Li Yubing to be together. While they were chatting in the dining room, Tang Shui wanted to invite Yu Yan to go with her, but as soon as she called, Yu Yan's mother answered the phone, telling her not to bother Yu Yan in the future and telling Tang Shui to keep her dignity, which made Tang Shui furious. Then she threw all the gifts Tang Shui gave Yu Yan into the trash and deleted Tang Shui's phone number from Yu Yan's phone. The day Tang Shui, Liao Zhenyu, Xia Menghuan, and Li Yubing went out, Yu Yan argued with her mother at home. Yu Yan's mother wanted Yu Yan to go to Canada to practice, but Yu Yan didn't want to. Yu Yan also saw Yu Yan's mother throwing the things Tang Shui gave her into the trash. After a while, Yu Yan's mother cried, which softened Yu Yan's heart. Yu Yan went to find Tang Shui, but her friend said that Tang Shui, Liao Zhenyu, Xia Menghuan, and Li Yubing went out together, so she didn't come back today. At the sea, the three of them saw Li Yubing saying that a boat was coming to pick them up. They thought they would go on a cruise, but it turned out to be a fishing boat. They were a little disappointed, but they adapted and happily spent the night together. Seeing that Tang Shui seemed to be cold, Li Yubing went inside to borrow a coat and brought it out. Tang Shui thought that Li Yubing had borrowed the coat for her to wear. She was feeling embarrassed when she saw Li Yubing put coat on herself. She was about to take the coat back when she accidentally let Li Yubing fall into the sea. When they returned to the hotel, Li Yubing was shivering. Taking the opportunity to be taken care of by Tang Shui, she signaled to Liao Zhenyu and successfully lured Tang Shui. Xia Menghuan didn't believe it and wanted to go in to test whether Li Yubing was really sick or not, so she brought medicine and a thermometer. Thinking that her plan had been exposed, Liao Zhenyu brought a cup of hot water in to help quickly. Li Yubing dipped the thermometer into the cup of hot water and it was 38 degrees. Seeing that it was too high, Tang Shui quickly forced Li Yubing to take fever-reducing medicine. After a while of slyness, she let go. After the pill was taken out, Xia Menghuan was pulled up to the terrace by Liao Zhenyu to talk. After a while, Liao Zhenyu said he wanted Xia Menghuan to be his girlfriend. Thinking back to what Liao Zhenyu had done for him, he felt that Liao Zhenyu was also good, so Xia Menghuan agreed to let Liao Zhenyu be his boyfriend. Liao Zhenyu was so happy that he couldn't believe his ears. The next morning, Tang Shui woke up and saw that he was lying on the bed, while Li Yubing was on the chair. When he went out to take a closer look, he naturally saw that Li Yubing was also handsome. When Li Yubing woke up, Tang Shui gave him a thermometer to see if his fever had gone down. Li Yubing told Tang Shui to get him a cup of hot water and took the opportunity to pour water into the thermometer. Tang Shui went in and saw this scene, which made Li Yubing freeze. After being tricked, Tang Shui hated Li Yubing and didn't want to talk to him when she got back to school. Because she wanted to confess to Tang Shui but didn't know how, Li Yubing asked the instructor for advice. Seeing that his student was having a hard time, the instructor showed him his own way of confessing. Before he could finish speaking, Li Yubing nodded and picked up his bag and left. When he turned back, the instructor was nowhere to be seen. After that, Li Yubing went to a lawn near the school and started decorating it to prepare for the confession. He worked until evening and finally finished. Looking at the sparkling lights, Li Yubing could even imagine dancing romantically with Tang Shui there. Li Yubing couldn't stop laughing. While Tang Shui was in a trance in class, a teacher approached and scolded her. Suddenly, he turned around and saw Bian Cheng standing outside the door confessing his love. This made the teacher even angrier, so he told Tang Shui that the whole class would pass with 60 points at the end of the semester, but Tang Shui alone had to get 80 points. After class, Tang Shui ran out and gave Bian Cheng a harsh attitude and then left, leaving Bian Cheng frozen in front of so many classmates. While everyone was enjoying the spring festival, Tang Shui came to the training ground. The coach saw this and said he wanted to sign Tang Shui up for a competition. Hearing this, Tang Shui was very happy and said she would prepare well. After she finished, Tang Shui had to clean the training room. After resting for a while, Yu Yan stood behind her and shot off fireworks, startling Tang Shui. Yu Yan said he had a spring festival surprise for Tang Shui. He even took out a gift box and was about to express his feelings when Yu Yan's mother suddenly called Yu Yan and said something urgent. He wanted to continue talking to Tang Shui, but she pushed him away and said, "Hurry up, mom is waiting." After cleaning up, Tang Shui went home and met Li Yubing. Li Yubing said he had a surprise for Tang Shui. Tang Shui was scared and said there were too many surprises now and ran away. Li Yubing chased after her and wanted to hold her back, but Tang Shui screamed and said someone was following her. Li Yubing was so scared that he let her go. Li Yubing lay among the things that had to be thrown away. After a whole day of preparation, Li Yubing was extremely disappointed when he looked at the necklace he hadn't given away yet. The ice skating competition was coming up. Tang Xue felt that she was not doing well, so she sought out Li Yubing to guide her in her training. Li Yubing was still angry that Tang Xue had gone home during the spring festival, so Li Yubing said to consider it. Tang Xue brought up the matter of being tricked by Li Yubing into having a fever and having Tang Xue take care of her to compare, so Li Yubing had to agree. In the following days, Tang Xue and Li Yubing practiced together very enthusiastically. Seeing Tang Xue complaining about her studies, Li Yubing offered to help Tang Xue review to pass the subject. Only then did Tang Xue realize that she had a good classmate. After studying for a few lessons, Tang Xue fell asleep again. Seeing the scene before her, Li Yubing didn't understand why she liked Tang Xue. Tang Xue and Li Yubing had just gone out when Zhou Ran shouted to attract attention, saying that she had sprained her ankle and was leaning on Li Yubing. Seeing that expression, Tang Xue was bored and didn't want to talk, so she said she was busy and went ahead to ask Li Yubing to take Zhou Ran home. While he was happily enjoying himself, the fat guy happened to pass by, so Li Yubing asked him to take Zhou Ran back to the dormitory. Seeing that, Zhou Ran deliberately refused. He kept pushing her back and forth, and her leg really sprained, so she had to let the fat guy take her back. The coach called Tang Xue to give her registration number. Tang Xue said that next semester she would transfer to the physical education department and not study veterinary medicine anymore. Tang Xue also went to find the teacher to talk about her wishes. When she heard Tang Xue talk about her dreams and determination, the teacher said that as long as her test scores passed, he would agree to sign the transfer form for Tang Xue. While packing up to leave, Yuyan recalled the time she spent with Tang Xue, which made Yuyan very sad. She texted, but Tang Xue did not reply. As soon as she got in the car, Tang Xue arrived. Yuyan wanted to stop the car, but her mother sitting next to her told the driver to drive faster, saying that she did not want Yuyan to waver. If Tang Xue liked Yuyan, she would wait for Yuyan to come back. Tang Xue soon passed the qualifying round and the semifinals and entered the finals with Zhang Yuewei. The coach did not forget to tell Tang Xue and Zhang Yuewei to adjust their mentality well and show their full potential. The finals were held. Zhou Ran and Bian Cheng also came to watch the competition. Everyone had high expectations for Tang Xue. The contestants competed very tensely. Zhang Yuewei had always been in first place. With only one round left, Tang Xue had climbed to second place, just behind Zhang Yuewei. Almost reaching the finish line, a contestant suddenly fell, dragging Tang Xue with him. Therefore, Tang Xue only came back near the end. All her efforts seemed to have been in vain. Tang Xue was extremely sad. She did not say a word and walked out of the arena. Li Yubing saw this and ran after her. Bian Cheng also thought about comforting her. But seeing that Li Yubing was holding Tang Xue, she did not come out anymore. Li Yubing took out the necklace he had kept for a long time from his pocket and gave it to Tang Xue, saying that this was a reward for Tang Xue's efforts. While standing and talking to the coach asked Li Yubing if he wasn't going to tell Tang Xue about Li Yubing's health. Then Li Yubing said that Tang Xue shouldn't be burdened psychologically. As soon as Li Yubing left, she saw Tang Xue standing behind and heard everything. Tang Xue went to ask the coach, and the coach also admitted that it was all because of Li Yubing's care and help. When Tang Xue heard this, Tang Xue didn't say anything and left absent-mindedly. During the team's celebration party, seeing that Tang Xue seemed unhappy, Li Yubing found an excuse to take Tang Xue away first. Standing by the lake, they talked, and Tang Xue also said that she already knew the truth. Li Yubing had helped her. Li Yubing only told Tang Xue to try to win the championship, and it wouldn't be too late to pay him back. After a while, Tang Xue's mood seemed to improve, and she even said that she would buy a train ticket and invite Li Yubing to go back to her hometown together. After checking her test scores and seeing that she had passed, Tang Xue went to ask the teacher to sign the transfer paper, and the teacher agreed. Tang Xue was extremely happy and ran all the way to show off to her coach. Sitting in the car back to her hometown, Tang Xue leaned her head on Li Yubing's shoulder and slept all the way, his hands numb, but not daring to do anything for fear of waking Tang Xue up. When they arrived at the station, Li Yubing got off first. The aunt next to her told Tang Xue that Li Yubing had been taking care of Tang Xue all the way. He was truly a good boyfriend. Tang Xue was stunned when she heard that. When she got home, she still didn't forget to practice. On the way to the training ground, Tang Xue received a call from Bian Cheng. He wanted to meet Tang Xue to visit her old teacher together, but Tang Xue refused because she still had to go to the ice rink. After searching Google, he found out that there was only one ice rink near Tang Xue's house, so Bian Cheng went there. At this time, Tang Xue also made an appointment with Li Yubing to go to the rink. When he arrived, he saw Tang Xue and Li Yubing having fun. Bian Cheng also went into the rink and wanted Tang Xue to teach her. Seeing this, Li Yubing took the lead and said he would teach Bian Cheng. After walking a while, Li Yubing let go, and Bian Cheng crashed into the courtyard wall. Li Yubing and Bian Cheng also confronted each other about the fact that they both liked Tang Shui. When they returned home, Tang Shui did not dare to tell her father that she was going skating. She only said that she was going to play on the slide. Then she suggested to her father that she could go skating again. Her father was very agitated and said that it was easy to get hurt again. The last time Tang Shui got injured, she had already scared her parents. Seeing this, Tang Shui was so scared that she quickly ran into her room. The next day, Li Yubing invited Tang Shui to visit the elementary school, but when they got there, the school was closed, so Tang Shui and Li Yubing returned home. On the way, Tang Shui asked why Li Yubing was so talented but still didn't have a girlfriend. Li Yubing said that he already had a girl he liked. She was curious and asked who Li Yubing said he wouldn't tell her. Tang Shui was so angry that she said she already had someone she liked. Li Yubing asked who it was again, and Tang Shui said it wasn't Li Yubing. That night, both Tang Shui and Li Yubing called Liao Zhenyu for love advice. Tang Shui also admitted that she liked Li Yubing. After listening to Liao Zhenyu's advice for a while, both Tang Shui and Li Yubing were confused and couldn't guess who the other person liked. After consulting with Liao Zhenyu, Li Yubing asked Tang Shui to go to a church to confess his love. Suddenly, a drunken friend came and talked nonsense to Tang Shui. Thinking that someone sent by Liao Zhenyu was pretending to be a hero saving a beauty, he cursed Li Yubing for being crazy and chased after Tang Shui. Li Yubing was about to stop him, but before he could do anything, Tang Shui slapped him and knocked off his glasses. Just as Tang Shui and Li Yubing were about to leave, fireworks suddenly exploded behind them. Just then, Liao Zhenyu also arrived. Seeing that Li Yubing had not confessed yet, Liao Zhenyu said, "Do you know how much effort it took to prepare the fireworks?" and left. Seeing that, Tang Shui told Li Yubing to say what he wanted to say. Otherwise, Tang Shui would go home first. Li Yubing hurriedly said that he liked Tang Shui. Tang Shui smiled shyly and said that he should have said it sooner, then pulled Li Yubing and hugged him. After that day, Tang Shui got sick, and she even deliberately posted a photo of the thermometer to get attention. Zhou Ran saw this and invited Bian Cheng to visit Tang Shui at home so that Bian Cheng could impress his future father-in-law. Seeing that someone was looking for her, thinking it was Li Yubing, Tang Shui hurriedly put on makeup and went out to see Zhou Ran and Bian Cheng. Tang Shui was bored and didn't want to talk and went into the room. While her father was talking to Bian Cheng, Zhou Ran followed Tang Shui's mother out to dry the clothes. Then she suddenly mentioned Tang Shui's return to ice skating practice, and she was very surprised and told her not to let Tang Shui's father know about this. A while later, Li Yubing also arrived, but Tang Shui's father said that Tang Shui was asleep and that he had asked Li Yubing to go to the coffee shop the next day because he had something to talk about. Li Yubing went home alone. Tang Shui saw this and was about to leave when her father stopped her. Then he told Tang Shui the truth that Li Yubing didn't enter the same school because he wanted to avoid Tang Shui. Before that, Li Yubing had even thought about transferring schools several times. Hearing this, Tang Shui was shocked, so she said she would ask Li Yubing clearly and went into her room. That night, Tang Shui also called Li Yubing and said she knew the whole truth. After that, Tang Shui and Li Yubing did not meet again and said that Li Yubing did not need to be afraid anymore. After saying that, she hung up the phone. The next day, he went to talk to Tang Hui's father. Li Yubing also admitted that he liked Tang Shui, but he said that since Tang Shui and Li Yubing did not study together anymore, he considered them distant, so he should leave it as it was. In the morning, Tang Shui woke up and received a call from the class monitor. The class monitor said that he was going to visit his old teacher. When she arrived at school, her classmates suddenly surrounded Tang Shui and formed a heart shape. Bian Cheng came forward and held flowers to confess to Tang Shui. Tang Shui was very embarrassed by Bian Cheng's words, but then Tang Shui also refused and left. Scene change. Li Yubing went to find Tang Shui to talk things out. Li Yubing also said that he was really scared at that time, so transferring schools was the only way Li Yubing could think of to avoid Tang Shui. But when he went to university, Li Yubing discovered Tang Shui's other side, so Li Yubing liked Tang Shu. He wanted to be with Tang Shu and didn't want the two to be apart. He said and hugged Tang Shu. At this time, Tang Shui was moved and forgave Li Yubing, and the next day, he went to the temple with Liao Zhenyu and Xia Mengwen to play. While sitting and watching the scenery, Tang Shui pulled Li Yubing by the neck and hugged him like a man, making Li Yubing speechless. Because Xia Mengwen was in a hurry to go to the bus station, he couldn't have dinner with everyone because his parents had something to do and weren't home. So that night, Liao Zhenyu and Li Yubing went to Tang Shui's house to eat hot pot. After eating, they played happily together and even drew random things on their faces. After that, Tang Shui fell asleep, leaving Li Yubing and Liao Zhenyu to clean up. As soon as Li Yubing got home, his mother called him to eat some fruit. Suddenly, she saw that there was eyeliner on Li Yubing's eyes, and her whole body froze. As soon as Li Yubing entered the room, she told her husband that she wanted him to bring a daughter home to introduce her, but now she had become a daughter. The next morning, when he returned home, his father saw that Tang Shui had drawn a beard on her face. After knowing Knowing that Tang Shui invited friends to eat hot pot at home, his father tried to ask who it was. He said that if it was Li Yubing, then don't continue your relationship with Li Yubing. Tang Shui talked about the old story of Tang Shui and Li Yubing, but her father still refused. Li Yubing's parents still thought that Li Yubing liked boys because of their eyeliner. To hear the situation during the New Year's Eve meal, when she heard Li Yubing say that her father wanted to get to know a friend named Xu Feng, her mother was speechless. Seeing that her parents seemed strange, Li Yubing didn't know why. At the dinner table, Tang Shui's father kept mentioning that Tang Shui would become a veterinarian, not knowing that Tang Shui had transferred to the sports department. Seeing this, Tang Shui didn't want to tell the truth for fear of disappointing her father. Li Yubing asked Tang Shui to watch the fireworks together. When they saw their son asking to go out, both his father and mother were curious, not knowing who Li Yubing was dating. Both Li Yubing's father and mother thought that Li Yubing was dating a boy, so they followed Li Yubing all the way there. As soon as they saw Tang Shui, they said a few words and then started kissing. Li Yubing's parents stood in a corner and watched, also breathing a sigh of relief. Because Li Yubing loved his daughter and were kissing passionately, suddenly, Li Yubing's father made a noise that caught Li Yubing's attention, so the whole family was present to talk to Tang Shui. A little embarrassed, Tang Shui used the excuse that her parents called her to go home first. Seeing that everything was clear, the whole family happily went home. Knowing that her parents thought she loved her son, Li Yubing was speechless. As soon as she returned home, Tang Shui's mother was already waiting. She told Tang Shui that she knew that Tang Shui had returned to skating. At first, her mother was very against it, but when she heard Tang Shui express her intense passion for love, she was very upset. Because of her love for ice skating, she supported Tang Shui in walking the path that brought her joy. The winter vacation and the New Year holiday soon passed. Tang Shui and Li Yubing had made an appointment to go to school together. If they met Tang Shui's father at the bus station, Tang Shui and Li Yubing decided to tell Tang Shui's father the truth about their relationship. As planned, they met, but Tang Shui's father's attitude towards Li Yubing was a bit harsh, making Li Yubing too scared to say anything and ran to buy water. After that, Tang Shui's father also scolded her not to be with Li Yubing. If she loved Li Yubing and Li Yubing accidentally fell during a competition or something, it would implicate Tang Shui. Seeing this, her mother spoke up to help. After Tang Shui gave her parents water, Li Yubing and Tang Shui got on the bus and returned to school. As soon as Tang Shui arrived, she received a notice from the coach to be at the rink for practice. After finishing, she said that there would be an outdoor activity for the skating club soon. Everyone was very excited. The group stopped near a lake to camp, and while setting up camp with Tang Shui, Zhang Youwei suddenly saw the necklace that Li Yubing had held before, which distracted Zhang Youwei. When she stood up, she accidentally dropped the hammer on her foot. Zhang Shijia, who had feelings for Zhang Youwei, also saw the necklace. He seemed to understand the problem and took the hammer to help her set up tent. At night, while everyone was telling ghost stories, Li Yubing invited Tang Shui to the lake to talk. Zhang Youwei was in a bad mood, so Zhang Shijia still paid attention to her. He turned around and didn't see Zhang Youwei anywhere. Zhang Shijia hurriedly went to look for her but couldn't find her. He panicked and pulled everyone along. Tang Shui and Li Yubing were sitting together talking and were about to kiss when Zhang Shijia ran over and got angry at Li Yubing, saying that Zhang Youwei had gone missing. After searching for a while, Zhang Youwei was found sitting alone in the stone field. Just then, Zhang Shijia also arrived. Li Yubing told Zhang Shijia to go back and report first, and he carried Zhang Youwei back. After that, everyone returned to school and started practicing again. Zhang Shijia had always been concerned about Zhang Youwei, telling Zhang Youwei that if he liked someone, he should say it. Zhang Youwei said that he didn't want to ruin the good relationship, so they should just be friends and talk and laugh together. Zhang Youwei also didn't want to stubbornly pursue feelings that didn't belong to him. In the training office, the manager was discussing with the coach about the missing equipment room. He wanted to set up an investigation team. Li Yubing and Tang Shui missed each other so much that they made an appointment to meet in the equipment room. When they were kissing, they heard someone coming. Tang Shui hurriedly escaped through the window first. Li Yubing couldn't run away in time and was caught red-handed by the two coaches and the manager. While they were at a loss for an explanation, Zhang Youwei appeared, saying that Li Yubing was waiting for her to come and settle their love affairs. After hearing this, everyone let the young couple deal with each other and left. When they finished, Li Yubing went out and saw Tang Shui waiting. He told Tang Shui everything that happened just now. Tang Shui said, "Oh, the manager believes it too." 2. Tang Shui wondered if Zhang Yuewei had found out about Tang Shui and Li Yubing's love affair. Li Yubing said that up until now, only Liao Zhenyu knew. Just then Xia Mengwen stood there and heard, extremely angry that Liao Zhenyu and Tang Shui dared to hide from him. After Tang Shui had to beg Xia Mengwen for a long time to calm down, but he refused to forgive Liao Zhenyu. After Tang Shui reminded him, Liao Zhenyu was confused. She texted Xia Menghuan to apologize and explain, but Xia Menghuan didn't reply. She was furious. Suddenly, she heard her roommate say that Xia Menghuan's wild animal house was being destroyed by a ferret. Xia Menghuan rushed over, even carrying a broom. When she got there, she didn't see anything but Liao Zhenyu there. Liao Zhenyu's explanation was useless, so she used the cuteness of the two cats as a shield. Unexpectedly, she was forgiven by Xia Menghuan. Yu Yan had an online interview with Zhou Ran, and even said that he liked Tang Shui. Li Yubing's entire team was watching the video. Li Yubing saw it at the same time. After watching it, he was so upset that he posted it on his personal page, saying that Tang Shui was his girlfriend. After that, the manager called and scolded him. Li Yubing finally realized and deleted the post. But the news had already spread throughout the school. Tang Shui and Li Yubing were called to the room to talk. The manager scolded Tang Shui and Li Yubing. The two coaches supported him. Yu Yan texted Tang Shui and asked if Tang Shui had seen his interview. Tang Shui only said that Tang Shui and Yu Yan were comrades who walked together on the ice. She hoped that Yu Yan would practice well and that they would consider other matters when Yu Yan returned. Yu Yan turned around and told his mother that if he won the championship, she would not forbid Yu Yan from loving Tang Shui. She also agreed to let her son focus on practicing. After saying that, Yu Yan packed his things and went to practice. After the news of Tang Shui and Li Yubing dating spread, wherever Tang Shui went, people scrutinized her, making Tang Shui feel very uncomfortable. It was obvious that Li Yubing was pursuing her, but now she was the one being criticized. After attending the opening ceremony of Li Yubing's ice hockey tournament, seeing Li Yubing being cheered by everyone, Tang Shui returned to her room and told everyone that she felt overshadowed by Li Yubing. Tang Shui wanted to be outstanding so that people would remember Tang Gray, not remember her as Li Yubing's girlfriend. Zhou Ran and Bian Cheng met at a cafe, and they made a plan to separate Tang Shui and Li Yubing. Bian Cheng said that he would write an article about Tang Shui's skating so that Tang Shui's father could read it. Zhou Ran said which was to rewrite a different ending for An Zhen. Bian Cheng thought about it and said that he only needed Zhou Ran to help with a small matter. Yu Yan was preparing for the competition and saw the news that Tang Shui and Li Yubing were in love. Her mentality was unstable, and after that, Yu Yan did not win, and on top of that, she fell 4 times in a row on the court. Yu Yan's mother said that Yu Yan was no longer the same person he used to be. He was no longer interested or enjoyed practicing anymore. Li Yubing's team's match took place this time. Li Yubing met Song Anji again on the field. Before the match, he pointed straight at Tang Shui, reminding her of the victory kiss that Tang Shui and Li Yubing had arranged in advance. The camera was pointed straight at Tang Shui's face, making Tang Shui not know where to hide. As usual, Li Yubing was the center of attention in the entire match. His dodges and dodges made the audience scream as if their throats were about to burst. With such top-notch skills, Li Yubing's team naturally won. Tang Shui ran to Li Yubing. Li Yubing carried Tang Shui and ran to the middle of the field. Then, Tang Shui and Li Yubing kissed in front of everyone. Everyone was amazed at the scene before their eyes. After Yu Yan returned to China, the school website was full of information about Tang Shui and Li Yubing, which made Yu Yan feel very upset. Because she had lost the person she liked, Yu Yan threw herself into training like crazy. Just thinking about Tang Shui and Li Yubing together made Yu Yan's emotions seem uncontrollable. Tang Shui bought water to Yu Yan. Seeing that Yu Yan was depressed, she gave Yu Yan some words of encouragement, which calmed down Yu Yan's mood. At this time, Yu Yan also opened her mouth to bless Tang Shui and Li Yubing. Tang Shui's parents were reading the article that Bian Cheng wrote at home. He praised Bian Cheng for being excellent and talented. He picked up his phone and opened Weibo to read it. He saw that Bian Cheng had posted an interview with figure skaters. He saw Tang Shui's photo and called Tang Shui, but no one answered. He called Zhou Ran to ask about it. Zhou Ran told him everything about Tang Shui transferring to the sports department and even participating in ice skating training since last semester. As soon as he hung up the phone, Tang Shui's father's attitude became extremely angry. After he learned that Tang Shui's mother had known about the matter beforehand, he became even angrier. He went straight to Tang Shui's school. Liao Zhenyu and Xia Menghuan couldn't handle it and had to call Li Yubing for help. When he arrived at the ice rink, he saw Tang Shui preparing to practice. He slammed the barrier and called Tang Shui out to talk. Although he tried his best to explain her decision, Tang Shui's father didn't listen to Tang Shui at all. He even insisted on pulling Tang Shui back to talk. He also wouldn't let her touch ice skating again. Seeing that the situation seemed tense, the coach stepped in to speak up for Tang Shui. Entering the office, the coach said that Tang Shui's performance had improved remarkably since joining the team. The coach also wanted to give Tang Shui a chance to participate in the upcoming national college competition to prove herself. Tang Shui's father said he didn't want to extinguish Tang Shui's dream, but he never wanted to see the scene of Tang Shui being injured that year again. Not only that, but because of the injury, Tang Shui had to stop practicing for a long time. It would be very difficult to start practicing again now. After a while of talking, Tang Shui's father calmed down and went out the door to see Tang Shui and Li Yubing standing there. Tang Shui said that if she lost this time, she would automatically withdraw. Seeing Tang Shui's determination, her father also gave Tang Shui one last chance. Then the four of them went to the coffee shop. Tang Shui's father said he wanted to talk to Li Yubing privately. Tang Shui's father did not allow Tang Shui and Li Yubing to be together. He was afraid that if Li Yubing got injured or had serious problems, it would be a huge blow to Tang Shui. He had already suffered that feeling, so he did not want his daughter to suffer the same. Li Yubing also expressed his determination for hockey, his dream of bringing Chinese hockey to the world. After the conversation, Tang Shui's parents were more at ease. Li Yubing and Tang Shui happily sent their parents home. Zhou Ran and Bian Cheng sat in the cafe and discussed the plan to separate Tang Shui and Li Yubing. But this time, the fat man heard it, and then he went back and told Li Yubing about it. Li Yubing was extremely upset and said that he would not give Zhou Ran and Bian Cheng a chance to do anything anymore. Immediately after that, Li Yubing went to where Bian Cheng was working and talked to Bian Cheng. Then Bian Cheng turned around and told him what he had done. The people in charge of the interview also heard what Bian Cheng said and were so angry that Li Yubing wanted to punch Bian Cheng. Tang Shui ran in and said that even without Li Yubing, she would not love Bian Cheng, and then she pulled Li Yubing away. When he returned to continue his work, Bian Cheng was rejected. The employee came out to take back the microphone and the recording device. Only then did Bian Cheng realize that everyone had heard what he had said earlier. He then met Zhou Ran outside. Bian Cheng also said that Zhou Ran and Bian Cheng did not need to meet again in the future. After learning that Zhou Ran had told her father, Tang Shui went to ask why Zhou Ran insisted on treating her badly. Zhou Ran said that Tang Shui had always taken everyone's attention from her since she was young, so she didn't like Tang Shui. The next day, while Zhou Ran was leaving, Tang Shui held Zhou Ran back. When she saw Zhou Ran bringing her papers to register, Tang Shui took them and ran to register for her. Tang Shui told Zhou Ran that Zhou Ran had always been someone with excellent results and many boyfriends chasing her. She was truly someone else's daughter in everyone's eyes. Tang Shui had also lived under Zhou Ran's shadow before, and they eventually shook hands and made peace. In preparation for the next match, both the hockey and speed skating teams focused on training. Tang Shui and Zhang Yuewei were arranged to train together. Zhang Yuewei went to the coach and said that he did not have the strength to drag Tang Shui along. But the coach said that when Tang Shui joined the team's performance increased because the members were not willing to compete with each other. Tang Shui wanted to strive to be equal to Zhang Yuewei, and Zhang Yuewei tried even harder for Tang Shui. It sounded reasonable, so Zhang Yuewei did not say anything more. Afterwards, Tang Shui and Zhang Yuewei increased their training intensity several times. While they were in the room receiving their health checkup papers, Li Yubing met Yu Yan, who also came. The doctor asked if Yu Yan had been too stressed recently, so he should pay attention to rest and eat well. Seeing that Yu Yan was not in a good mood, Li Yubing also said that winning or losing was normal. It was only a loss of one game, so there was no need to be too stressed. Taking the matter seriously, while driving to clear the ice rink, Li Yubing recalled what Tang Shui's father had told him, that if he got injured in the future, it would be a big blow to Tang Shui. Just as Tang Shui arrived, Li Yubing let her drive with him. Li Yubing also asked Tang Shui if she was afraid of getting injured while playing hockey. Tang Shui kissed Li Yubing on the forehead and said that he would protect Li Yubing so that he wouldn't get hurt no matter where he went. Because of some difficulty in practicing, Tang Shui texted her idol Wu Dajing for guidance. Wu Dajing recorded a video and sent it to Tang Shui. During the practice that day, the coach praised Tang Shui for her great progress. Everyone was amazed at Tang Shui's change today. Tang Shui took out Wu Dajing's video to show everyone. Everyone was amazed at Wu Dajing's technique. Tang Shui and Li Yubing were sitting happily chatting with each other. Yu Yan passed by and saw Tang Shui and Li Yubing being intimate. Yu Yan's mentality became even more unstable. Yu Yan left. While practicing, the coach kept nagging him and even compared Yu Yan to Li Yubing. This made Yu Yan go crazy and yell at him not to compare him to Li Yubing. Yu Yan stopped practicing and went out. The doctor then went to Yu Yan's coach. The doctor advised him to let a psychologist monitor Yu Yan's condition. Otherwise it will become more and more unstable. Because the next day is the competition day, the coach is reminding the members of the speed skating team to rest and conserve energy. But unfortunately, Zhang Yuewei was injured and the old injury relapsed. So the doctor said that Zhang Youwei cannot participate in the competition. Zhang Youwei was shocked and asked the doctor to inject painkillers so that she could participate. Zhang Youwei did not want to miss the gold medal this time, but because her career was still long, the coach insisted that Zhang Youwei would not participate in the competition. Because Zhang Youwei was injured this time, only Tang Shui competed in the 500 m. At home, her friends and parents watched Tang Shui compete. When the gun rang out, the athletes all accelerated decisively. In the first few laps, Tang Shui was left behind. In the last 2 laps, Tang Shui broke away and took second place. When she was near the finish line, Tang Shui accelerated and was on par with the first place finisher. Tang Shui and the other finisher reached the finish line almost at the same time. Everyone was anxiously waiting for the results. When the slow-motion screen showed that Tang Shui had reached the finish line first, everyone was overwhelmed with emotion. Her parents at home couldn't help but jump for joy. That night, when Tang Shui returned, Li Yubing took Tang Shui to the field that Li Yubing had decorated since the spring festival, which he said was for the winner. Tang Shui even gave Li Yubing his gold medal in return. With this scene, what was to come happened. Tang Shui and Li Yubing kissed. The next day, when she arrived at the ice rink, the coach announced that she had been selected to join the national team, which made Tang Shui very happy. Zhang Youwei was also happy for Tang Shui. When she was about to leave, Zhang Youwei didn't see the red bracelet on her hand. When she turned around, she saw Tang Shui slipping and breaking it in half. Zhang Youwei was extremely angry. Tang Shui said that she would compensate Zhang Youwei, but Zhang Youwei pushed Tang Shui away and left. The coach then said that the bracelet was a relic of Zhang Youwei's grandmother. Tang Shui went into the room to comfort Zhang Youwei. Zhang Youwei stood up and said that she seemed to be very disappointed in Zhang Youwei. Then she left the broken bracelet and turned around to leave. That night, she lay thinking about what Zhang Youwei said and couldn't sleep. So she got up and got a needle and thread to fix the bracelet. The next morning, Tang Shui brought the bracelet to Zhang Youwei, saying that everyone was always by Zhang Youwei's side and that Zhang Youwei would definitely be successful. Her wish was fulfilled. Zhang Youwei was very moved when he heard that, and the relationship between Tang Shui and Zhang Youwei also became better. Bian Cheng wanted to find Zhou Ran, wanting Zhou Ran to help him speak well in front of Tang Shui's father to impress him, but Zhou Ran had now awakened. Zhou Ran said that everything should be natural and not forced, hoping that Bian Cheng would let go and find a more suitable target. Even if he tried, Tang Shui would not like Bian Cheng. Seeing this, Bian Cheng was speechless. Now there was no one to help him anymore. At the cafeteria, seeing the 2 girls standing behind criticizing Tang Shui for wearing country clothes, Zhou Ran went up to criticize 2 women for using fake bags and talking loudly, making the 2 girls angry and leaving. Zhou Ran and Tang Shui stood talking and asking each other for a while. Then Liao Zhenyu and Li Yubing arrived, not believing their eyes that Zhou Ran and Tang Shui had become so close. Zhang Youwei was practicing with Tang Shui when he was called to the medical room for a checkup. After that, coach gave Zhang Youwei a notice of being selected for the national team. Zhang Youwei held the paper with trembling hands. Bian Cheng had always been thinking of ways to harm Li Yubing, so he established a relationship with Mr. Zhen, the president of the Black Crane Hockey Club, which was also Li Yubing's upcoming rival team. Bian Cheng provided him with the documents about Li Yubing that Bian Cheng had previously investigated. Before leaving, Bian Cheng left behind a voice recorder. After a while, he returned, pretending to forget something, and saw a gangster-looking guy leaving the room. When he returned home and listened to the recording he had obtained, Bian Cheng discovered that Mr. Zhen's group wanted to play tricks on Li Yubing so that Li Yubing could not play on the field. He called Zhou Ran and was about to report the news when Zhou Ran said she didn't care about such trivial matters anymore and hung up. The next day, Li Yubing was asked to meet Tang Shui's parents. While they were talking, he received a call saying that Bian Cheng's article was false and that someone had reported it, and that person was Li Yubing. Li Yubing was extremely surprised and didn't understand why it was related to Tang Shui's father. He said that the article was published under the name of his editorial office. He hurriedly left first to deal with the matter. After knowing that he was being complained by Li Yubing, Bian Cheng was so angry that he smashed things in the house like a madman. Scene change. Tang Shui's father saw Tang Shui's mother saying that Tang Shui and Li Yubing had quarreled because of this incident. Tang Shui's father went to Tang Shui's school to talk. He told Tang Shui that Li Yubing did nothing wrong. After this incident, he also had a different view of Li Yubing. Just then, Li Yubing also arrived. He also apologized to Tang Shui and Li Yubing for previously forbidding them. He hoped that in the future, Tang Shui and Li Yubing would try to help each other. Yu Yan has always been psychologically haunted by the image of Tang Shui and Li Yubing together. Even when Yu Yan slept, he had nightmares. Yu Yan could only only focus on practicing to relieve her stress. The coach reminded his, but Yu Yan didn't listen. Just then, Yu Yan's mother arrived. The coach said that Yu Yan was probably too tired, but Yu Yan's mother stubbornly insisted that Yu Yan was happier than when they were athletes. When they were about to compete in the World Cup, they couldn't rest. The coach had no choice but to take out Yu Yan's psychological examination results to show Yu Yan's mother. She still didn't believe that her son had a problem, and she blamed the unprofessional medical team and left. At home, Yu Yan practiced like crazy. When Yu Yan's mother asked again, Yu Yan collapsed to the ground like a madman, his mind spinning. She was extremely panicked when she saw her son like that. When she brought food into the room, Yu Yan angrily yelled. With no other way out, she had to call Tang Shui for help. She tried her best to beg and apologize to Tang Shui for what she had done. Tang Shui said that Tang Shui and Yu Yan were friends, so Tang Shui would definitely help Yu Yan without any conditions. When they went to the room, Tang Shui had to talk softly and coax Yu Yan for a long time before she would eat all the food that Yu Yan's mother brought up. She hoped that Tang Shui wouldn't tell anyone about Yu Yan's story because she didn't want people to gossip behind Yu Yan's back. The next day, Li Yubing was angry because Tang Shui had asked Li Yubing to put together a picture the night before, but he disappeared. Tang Shui said she would make up for it today. While she was practicing with Zhang Yue, Yu Yan's mother texted Tang Shui. She said that Yu Yan wasn't feeling well and asked Tang Shui to come help. So Tang Shui packed her things and left immediately. Li Yubing went to the gym to look for her, but Zhang Yue said that Tang Shui had left. When she arrived at Yu Yan's house, she received a call from Li Yubing, but Tang Shui didn't pick up. Then, all day long, Tang Shui stayed by Yu Yan's side, helping Yu Yan's mood to stabilize. Li Yubing had to sit and put together a picture alone because Tang Shui said that Xia Mengwen called so she couldn't go, and Bian Cheng was at home working on an outline for a fabricated article to defame Li Yubing. The next day, Tang Shui had to go and coax Li Yubing because she kept Li Yubing waiting. After being kissed 3 times twice, Li Yubing stopped being angry. Tang Shui and Li Yubing happily ate dumplings again. In the following days, Tang Shui always went to Yu Yan's house to help Yu Yan recover mentally. Li Yubing was also very upset because he was neglected. While walking in the school, he saw Xia Menghuan with Ye Liu Ying. Xia Menghuan teased Li Yubing that he stuck to Tang Shui every day. They were in the same room and rarely saw Tang Shui. Hearing this, Li Yubing felt a little uneasy. Suddenly seeing Tang Shui, Li Yubing decided to follow. When Tang Shui arrived, he saw Yu Yan opening the door. Li Yubing took out his phone and called Tang Shui to ask where Tang Shui was going. Tang Shui said that she was going to buy things to practice with Xia Menghuan and Ye Liu Ying. Seeing Tang Shui lying to him like that, Li Yubing said goodbye and left. Tang Shui didn't pay much attention and continued to stay with Yu Yan. Li Yubing sat in the field where he often met Tang Shui, thinking about what Tang Shui and Li Yubing had gone through, and then thinking about how Tang Shui had lied to him. Li Yubing was so angry that he destroyed the picture that he had spent many days putting together. It was late at night when Tang Shui ran to Li Yubing. Li Yubing said with a very serious face that he had just met Ye Liu Ying, Xia Menghuan, and that they had not been with Tang Shui. But Tang Shui insisted on keeping Yu Yan's matter a secret. Seeing that he had given Tang Shui a chance, Tang Shui refused to tell the truth. Li Yubing said that they had broken up because there was someone more important than him. The next day, when she arrived at Yu Yan's house, Yu Yan's mother told Tang Shui that Yu Yan was recovering very well, and that she was also very happy to see that Tang Shui and Li Yubing were such a good match. Tang Shui said that Tang Shui and Li Yubing had broken up, and that she knew that Li Yubing had misunderstood Yu Yan's matter, so she told Tang Shui to go and explain it to Li Yubing. Tang Shui went to the club to find Li Yubing to talk, but Tang Shui was ignored and couldn't say anything. Zhang Yue went to the familiar noodle shop where Zhang Yue often ate with Li Yubing and Zhang Shijia. Zhang Yue. She accidentally saw Zhang Shijia's messages posted on the board at the shop. Just when Zhang Shijia arrived to order noodles, Zhang Shijia immediately left when he saw Zhang Yue holding the papers she had written. That night, Zhang Yue also asked Zhang Shijia to come out to talk, but they didn't say much. Afraid that Zhang Yue would feel pressured, Zhang Shijia advised Zhang Yue to finish training well and then return. Tang Shui also asked Li Yubing to come out to clarify everything, but Li Yubing didn't come after waiting for a long time. As soon as Tang Shui left, Li Yubing appeared with a necklace, thinking that Tang Shui and Li Yubing should still separate. The next day, Zhang Yue and Tang Shui just got in the car to go to training, which was also the time when Li Yubing's team's match was about to start. Li Yubing received a phone call saying that he had just bumped into a girl with a ponytail. Thinking it was Tang Shui, Li Yubing hurriedly ran away, despite the manager's attempts to stop him. As soon as he got outside, Li Yubing was ambushed by a group of people. One of them hit Li Yubing's head with a stick, causing him to faint. The match was about to start, but Li Yubing was nowhere to be seen. Everyone was extremely worried. When he woke up, Li Yubing hurriedly immediately called coach and asked if Tang Shui was okay. When he learned that Tang Shui was safe, Li Yubing ran to the field to compete. That Chairman Zhen was very surprised to see that Li Yubing was still able to compete. When he entered the field, the chairman signaled his team to always attack Li Yubing. Li Yubing was extremely stunned by the incident just now. Now, he was continuously attacked by the opposing team. The first match was still tied at 1-1. Seeing that things were getting worse, Bian Cheng texted Mr. Zhen, but he didn't pay any attention. The second match took place. It turned out that the other team's target of attack was still Li Yubing. Receiving the ball from his teammate, Li Yubing distracted the opponent and passed the ball to Jiang Shijia, but was pushed into the wall of the field by an opposing player, breaking the glass. Jiang Shijia successfully put the ball into the net, helping the team win. The whole team was celebrating the victory. Li Yubing took off his hat, and the collision just now had already reached Li Yubing's limit. A lot of blood flowed from Li Yubing's head, and Li Yubing passed out afterwards. He was immediately taken to the emergency room, but fortunately, his health was not affected. He only needed to rest and was discharged from the hospital. Li Yubing was lying in his room, thinking about his relationship with Tang Shui. He got fat and gave advice, but was sent back to bed. Jiang Shijia told Li Yubing that if he couldn't save her, he would find another girl. Li Yubing just said, "Are you too free and have nothing to do? You're talking too much. Just let things take their course." Tang Shui was also lying in the training room, thinking about why Li Yubing didn't come to see her off when she left. She wanted to take out her phone to see if Li Yubing had texted her an apology, but Tang Shui thought about it and stopped. After Yu Yan regained her composure, she had a clear talk with her mother. Yu Yan also decided to return to school to continue skating. The coach was very happy when he saw Yu Yan. Zhang Yuewei and Tang Shui were still training together, but when she asked the coach, only Zhang Yuewei had made it into the top 8. Yu Yan was sitting in the room when Liao Zhenyu came in and said he was checking Yu Yan's shoulder. While doing so, Liao Zhenyu mentioned that Li Yubing and Tang Shui had broken up. Yu Yan was very surprised and then ran straight to Li Yubing to talk to him. When he first saw Yu Yan, Li Yubing was extremely upset and chased Yu Yan away. After Yu Yan explained everything to him, Li Yubing realized that he had misunderstood Tang Shui. Jiang Shijia and the fat man rushed in and told him to call and apologize. "What are you waiting for?" But when he called back, he couldn't get through. He couldn't sleep when he got back to his room and started to regret what he had done. In another development, Liao Zhenyu and Xia Menghuan were still happy with their pink love and pet house, but they still did not forget to help Tang Shui keep an eye on Li Yubing in case someone came to seduce Li Yubing, and Li Yubing continued to prepare for a new match. Li Yubing's head seemed to have a problem at this time. At first, Li Yubing played very well and the score was balanced, but towards the end of the match, Li Yubing often missed the ball and did not hit the goal. In the end, the team lost with a score of 2-4. Li Yubing asked himself what was wrong with him. Li Yubing also apologized to the coach for ruining the match, but the coach did not blame him and said that it was normal for this to happen every now and then. In the following matches, Li Yubing also lost his form, hitting the ball out, causing the team to lose 3 consecutive matches. Everyone began to criticize Li Yubing. Li Yubing was extremely depressed and blamed himself. When Li Yubing was standing looking at the photo of idol Xu Feng from the room, Xu Feng suddenly came over. Seeing that Li Yubing seemed unwell, Li Yubing and Xu Feng sat down to talk. After knowing that Li Yubing cared about criticisms online, Xu Feng said that Li Yubing's true value was on the ice, so there was no need to pay attention to those negative comments. Xu Feng had also experienced that feeling before, so he knew how it was. Instead of sitting there sulking, he should try to perform well so that no one could say anything more. Li Yubing also regained his composure, but soon after, the manager announced Li Yubing would not be allowed to play. The coach also agreed with that opinion. Li Yubing tried his best to convince the two to let him on the ice. He also called Liao Zhenyu over to talk. Liao Zhenyu also said that Li Yubing only had a slight headache, probably because he did not rest properly. Zhang Yuewei and Tang Shui finished the intensive training session. When they entered the room, Zhang Yuewei took out the 2 phones that had been turned off since the beginning, and when she turned on the phones, she saw that Jiang Shijia had been texting Zhang Yuewei all this time, expressing concern. She couldn't help but smile because of that feeling. Zhang Yuewei told Tang Shui to turn on her phone. Maybe Li Yubing had texted her to apologize, but when she turned on her phone, she saw that Li Yubing had texted her to make peace, which made Tang Shui happy. Li Yubing was about to go out to play, but as soon as he got out to play, Li Yubing suddenly fainted, which made the whole team panic. Zhang Yuewei and Tang Shui at the training ground also received the notification. Both Zhang Yuewei and Tang Shui were officially selected for the national team, but before they could be happy for long, Tang Shui received a call from Liao Zhenyu saying that Li Yubing had to be hospitalized. Bian Cheng is standing nearby, gritting his teeth in anger. When Tang Shui got home, she found out everything, that Li Yubing had been beaten up and now had a hematoma coma and needed surgery. After waiting for a while, the doctor came out and said that the surgery was done and that there was nothing to worry about. The manager said that Li Yubing's hospitalization was not to be leaked to avoid affecting the club. Seeing this, Jiang Shijia cursed the manager and almost punched him. Immediately after, the manager received a call from the chairman asking him to recruit a new person immediately. The next day, Tang Shui cried non-stop while talking to Li Yubing at the hospital. She even thought about getting married and having children in the future. Hearing this, Li Yubing suddenly woke up. Everyone was extremely happy that everything was okay. Jiang Shijia returned to the club and incited his teammates to take their sticks and go avenge Li Yubing, but was stopped by the coach, who said that hockey was not allowed in prison, so they should change their clothes and go back to practice. After this incident with Li Yubing, Liao Zhenyu still blamed himself. When he saw Li Yubing's unstable performance, he was not more determined and made Li Yubing go to the doctor sooner. Xie Menghuan said that he was just a freshman anyway, so don't take it too seriously. The whole team was in the locker room when the coach came in to announce that a new member would come to replace Li Yubing's main position. Everyone thought that the club was too much, and when they saw Li Yubing was injured, they quickly changed people. The coach was also helpless and said that no one was capable of leading the team during this time. Everyone was silent when they heard that. The coach said that he hoped everyone would cooperate well with the new person so that when Li Yubing returned, they would see a better team. Tang Shui's parents also came to the hospital to visit Li Yubing when they heard the news. He told Li Yubing that everyone was always behind him, so he should try his best. Jiang Shijia returned to his room and received a text message that his application had been accepted by a hockey club. They even made an appointment for him to come for an interview. Jiang Shijia was very happy to show off to the fat guy and said he would treat him to a meal. The next day, when Jiang Shijia arrived, he realized that the person who invited him was the president of the Black Crane Club the day before. Jiang Shijia deliberately asked if Li Yubing's incident had anything to do with him. No one was stupid enough to accept it. He said he didn't want to talk about Li Yubing, and then gave Jiang Shijia a contract stating that he would pay Jiang Shijia double the salary he received from other places. Jiang Shijia absolutely refused to sell out Li Yubing, but when he directly hit Jiang Shijia's desire to join a professional team, Jiang Shijia was a little shaken. He told him to go back and think about it before giving an answer. However, Jiang Shijia took the contract and left. When he returned to the club, Jiang Shijia was very hesitant. On one hand, it was the professional team that Jiang Shijia dreamed of, but on the other hand, he was afraid that Li Yubing and Zhang Youwei would look down on him. Just then, Zhang Youwei saw him and asked. After talking with Zhang Youwei, Jiang Shijia also found his answer. Li Yubing had just been discharged from the hospital when he went to the club with Tang Shui to visit his teammates. Coach was letting Song Anjie get acquainted with team members. When they saw Li Yubing come in, everyone was very happy. Li Yubing was also surprised to see Song Anjie here. After the manager and the coach explained, Li Yubing understood everything. He appeared to be fine on the outside, but in fact, he felt very sad about his current situation. Jiang Shijia was asked by Mr. Zhen to come out to talk to him to hear Jiang Shijia's answer. He refused outright and even threatened to beat him up, making his face turn pale. In the hospital, the doctor said that Li Yubing could be discharged, but no one could say whether he would recover to his original state or not. Not long after returning with his brothers, Li Yubing went to the practice room to hit the ball, which made Tang Shui very angry. Li Yubing said that Tang Shui did not need to sympathize with him and that he should wait for the notice to join the national team. Tang Shui angrily walked out. Li Yubing followed him out and saw that Tang Shui was holding the notice in her hand. Li Yubing asked why he did not tell him, and Tang Shui said that she wanted to leave next year. Li Yubing knew that Tang Shui did this because she wanted to stay with him, so he harshly refused. Tang Shui and Li Yubing argued about whether to stay or leave. Li Yubing then left, ignoring Tang Shui, who was holding Li Yubing's hand. The scene changed to Li Yubing sitting in the lobby. Then Yu Yan came to talk to Li Yubing, advising Li Yubing not to try to push everyone away, but to try to be healthier so that others can feel secure to do what they want. Yu Yan also gave Li Yubing 2 tickets to see his performance. The relationship between Li Yubing and Yu Yan was no longer as tense as before. That night, after thinking about it, Li Yubing also became clear-headed. When he returned to the club, he saw Tang Shui regluing his cane. Li Yubing hugged Tang Shui, saying that he would try to let Tang Shui and Li Yubing meet each other in the Olympics next year. At Yu Yan's performance, Tang Shui and Li Yubing met Yu Yan's mother. This time, participating in the competition, Yu Yan performed with all his heart and passion. Yu Yan seemed to be immersed in every move he made, and in the end, he easily won. Yu Yan's mother sat in the stands, listening to Yu Yan's words of thanks, and was deeply moved. It was truly a blessing to be able to take care of her son. At the club, the president came to find the manager and said he wanted to terminate the contract with Li Yubing because Li Yubing had caused a lot of trouble, and Li Yubing was currently not allowed allowed to play. The partners were demanding compensation for the contract. The manager begged him for a long time but to no avail, so he said he would compensate for the contract to keep Li Yubing in the club. The president agreed and told his assistant to freeze his bank card. The manager then called his father to continue begging, but it was useless. Jiang Shijia and the fat man who were eavesdropping did not expect that the manager was the chairman's son. While they were sitting there, not knowing how to solve the problem, the manager remembered that he was going to sell the car to get money to pay for the contract. Just then, the president's assistant came to get the car back, leaving all three of them helpless. Ye Luying went to see the fat man and was told by him that Li Yubing was about to be fired. Tang Shui was shocked when she heard this news from Ye Luying. While sitting and chatting with Fatty and Jiang Shijia, Li Yubing received a call from Tang Shui saying that everyone was waiting for Li Yubing at the gym. When he arrived, Li Yubing learned that everyone wanted to pool money together to help pay for the contract compensation. The two coaches even used their wedding money to help. Li Yubing was very touched when he saw everyone like this, but he couldn't accept the money. He wanted to think of a way with everyone first. Seeing that the team was full of handsome men, Tang Shui thought that they should take promotional photos and make merchandise with everyone's pictures to sell to fans. The manager invited Xu Feng to increase the influence of this campaign. Having many fans of Xu Feng would definitely help a lot. Bian Cheng went to the beach and met Zhou Ran, who was also sitting there, listening to the waves. It seemed that Bian Cheng had also calmed down and didn't want to do anything wrong anymore. Zhou Ran also said that she was willing to listen to Bian Cheng. Bian Cheng returned home and decided to send the recording of Chairman Zhen's plan to harm Li Yubing to the police. Li Yubing's team's marketing plan went very smoothly. When they saw a handsome guy, everyone rushed to buy him to support him. There were even people who placed orders online all over the country. In no time, they had earned enough money to pay for the contract. When he brought the money to his father told him to take the money and take care of things himself. Thinking that he had been tricked by his father, he wanted to chase after him. The assistant said that the partners saw the influence of Li Yubing and his teammates, so they didn't pursue the contract money. They also invested more to expand advertising. Li Yubing was also allowed to continue his contract with club. After writing an article denouncing Chairman Zhen, Bian Cheng was beaten up by a group of people. Mr. Zhen was then invited to the police station for investigation. After seeing Bian Cheng's article correcting his previous rumors online, Li Yubing went to find Bian Cheng to talk. He wanted to shake hands and make peace, but Bian Cheng was hesitant. Zhou Ran and Tang Shui also arrived. The four people who used to hate each other now happily shook hands and became friends. Jiang Shijia was also accepted by Zhang Yue. In no time, a few years had passed. Liao Zhenyu had become a chemist. Xie Menghuan had also realized her dream of going to see a sloth. Liao Zhenyu and Xie Menghuan's love was still as rosy as ever. Ye Luying had become a philosophy lecturer, and Ye Luying's feelings for the fat man had also blossomed. Zhou Ran and Bian Cheng also had a more comfortable life and were about to study for a master's degree together at the same university, so sooner or later they will become a couple again. Li Yubing had also returned to the ice rink. The ice rink couple was more known to everyone. All teammates and friends were trying their best and shining on the path they had chosen. Above is the entire content of the movie. Thank you everyone for watching. Goodbye and see you again.